Claudia Signaling from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome again to the Real Women of Philadelphia. I'm so excited today, y'all. It's the third Saturday of the month, and every third Saturday, I meet with three of my very best girlfriends, and we get together just to reconnect. And this third Saturday, we're going to the beach. We're going to have a dinner picnic at the beach, and they've asked me to bring dessert. Now, they bring all kinds of food. I mean, it's just unbelievable, the food they bring. So after having all that all day, I thought it'd be nice to have something nice and light for dessert. So I thought maybe fruit and cheese. And then I said, you know, apples and cheese are nice. And then I started thinking, well, what's a better pair than apples and cheese? Can't go wrong with that, right? And then I thought, apples, cheese, and pears. And then I thought, apple, cheese, pears, and bourbon, which led me right to one of my favorite recipes, my pear apple cheddar bisque. It's a dessert soup. A bisque is a soup, and it's creamy, it's fruity, it's cool, and it's easy. So now we're going to step over, and if you're ready, I'll share with you my pear apple cheddar bisque. As y'all can see, we've got some great flavors going into our pear apple cheddar bisque. We've got our beautiful green apples and our extra sharp white cheddar cheese. We've got some nutmeg and our cinnamon. And we've got our pears, DAnjou pears. And we've got some great bourbon. And of course, we've got our Philadelphia cream cheese. And this time, we're going to be using the whipped version. Now here's the recipe for this cool, quick, and creamy pear apple cheddar bisque. 2 to 3 green apples peeled and diced, 2 to 3 DAnjou pears also peeled and diced, 6 ounces of whipped Philly cream cheese, 2 cups of shredded white cheddar cheese, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1/8 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/8 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of bourbon, more or less, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 to 4 ounces of vanilla bean ice cream, and 1 tablespoon of butter. Now for a shortcut, y'all, you can substitute, instead of using the freshly diced green apples and DAnjou pears, you can just use some cinnamon flavored applesauce or either some pear sauce for a quick substitution, and it'll come out to the same fabulous, cool dessert soup. Now the first thing we got to do, y'all, to start putting together our pear apple cheddar bisque is to prepare the pears and the apples. And what we're just going to do is we're just going to peel them, take the skin off, and then we're going to dice them, and then we're going to pop them into the food processor to puree them to make some wonderful pear and applesauce. Now as a quick substitute for this, if you don't want to deal with the peeling and the dicing, you can just buy some store-bought cinnamon flavored applesauce, and that'll cut down on some of the steps of the recipe. And I've got some of our apples and our pears already prepared in the bowl, and to that I'm just going to season them or flavor them with some brown sugar. Here I have some cinnamon and nutmeg that's mixed, that I've mixed together in the bowl, and then I'm just going to cover them or lace them with some vanilla extract. And now we're ready to put them in the food processor, puree them together, and then add them to our wonderful creams that are going to make this fabulous pear and apple cheddar bisque. So now that we've gone ahead and prepared our pears and our apples for this amazing pear apple cheddar bisque, we're going to go ahead now and start making the bisque, or the cream part, the creamed soup part of it. I already have here 1 tablespoon of butter, and this is how our pears and our apples look after we've pureed them in the food processor. Can you see all the flavors are mixed in really well? So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to add those in. And get those going with that butter. You want your heat to be at medium low, or kind of medium heat, not too high. Our whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to add our shredded cheddar. Ooh, it smells good already. And it's just a matter of just getting all your ingredients in. It's just real simple. We're going to add some of our heavy cream. And stir that in already. this is turning into our soup. The heavy cream and the Philadelphia cream cheese is what makes it the biscuit, makes it bisky or creamy. Now, what exactly is a bisque? Well, as I said to you before, a bisque is just a cream soup. Now, the technical part of it is that a bisque is a soup, but a soup is not always a bisque. Some more brown sugar, some more cinnamon and nutmeg, and then I have here some vanilla bean ice cream. Just whatever your favorite vanilla bean ice cream might be, you just go ahead and pop that in there. And we'll get that all blended in together. This is going to thicken as the heavy cream in it thickens and the Philadelphia cream cheese dissipates. It's going to become thicker. So now we want to turn that off, and we're going to add our bourbon. Now you can add as much or as little bourbon as you like. If you don't want it to taste so much like a liqueur, if you don't want to taste so much of it, you go ahead and put it in, and it cooks off anyway. Even though we turned the fire down on this, it's still, the bourbon, the alcohol from the bourbon will cook off, and you'll be left with a wonderful, wonderful flavor that pairs nicely with the vanilla and the sweetness of the apples and the pear. And this smells great. All of those sweet flavors are coming through, and it smells absolutely fabulous. And if you like, you can go back with your whisk just to make it smooth. You can go back and kind of whisk it all in and whisk it through. And there you have it, pear apple cheddar bisque. Well, y'all, I'm headed out to meet my girls at the beach. But before I leave, I just want to get a nice bite, a taste of this fabulous bisque that we just made. Creamy, cheesy, fruity, and the best part is that it's easy. And you know, it's a nice substitute for those heavy, stuffy cake and pastry desserts that can leave you feeling filled up, just too full after you've had a meal. Well, I'm on my way now, but I will be back next week here in my kitchen in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Claudia Signa-Leon for the Real Women of Philadelphia, inspiring you to make something ordinary extraordinary with Philadelphia cream cheese. See you next time.